Welcome Scorpio to your in-depth monthly horoscope for September 2024 for the Ascendant, Sun or the Moon. I'm going to share some standout details for you to look out with to begin with, but please stay with me. On the screen I'll then share your event chart right at the start of September, which gives us a lot of powerful information. And then, as the days unfold, I'll share with you all the key dates and influences particularly relevant to your sign. As ever, we need to be mindful of your two rulers, and there's big news on day one. Pluto, your higher octave modern ruler, returns back to the sign of Capricorn. Now, it was last here on the 21st of January 2024, and through to the 19th of November this year, it makes its last passage for the part of your situation that's to do with your beliefs, your ideas, your interactions with people on a daily basis, but particularly people in your community or perhaps to your siblings. Pluto is very much about transformation, so I really need to delve into this carefully with you, and will do so. But also at the start of the month, your other ruler, Mars, is very dominant too, but it's in a rather challenging right angle with Neptune. When it comes to your love life, if things feel a little bit uncertain, the confusion could be amped up by that particular equation. But Mars moves on the 4th into a very exciting location for you, so I can't wait to share that. It's going to be in your 9th house for 8 weeks. Travel's coming for you, I can assure you. Also, your connection to certain individuals or friends is emphasized by the new moon of the 3rd, Mercury returning to Virgo on the 9th. But we do have, at the heart of this month, an electric connection between the Sun and Uranus. It's possible that someone who up until now has just been a friend or an associate could start to be much more interesting to you. But there is some mystery around your chart on the 18th, when we have the first of a new eclipse series, this one in your 5th house of romance, but the mystery comes from the role of Neptune. And then on the 22nd, we have the autumnal equinox. The Sun powers into your 12th house. Although the sign of Libra, which is the host, is very much about balance, for you it's around balance in terms of your psychological world. But with Venus joining your sign on the 23rd, if you're in the mood for a dazzling makeover, that can be the perfect time to do it. But as the month draws to a close, after what has been quite a busy month, you may find yourself actually wanting to have a few more moments to yourself. I'm astrologer Patrick Arundell. If you're new to my channel, it's lovely to have your company. If you have any thoughts, please do share them. This is very much a community. If you're a returning visitor, all your views and interactions are truly appreciated. If you've yet to subscribe, please help the channel to thrive. Click that sub button and also the bell notification symbol. I'm a consultant astrologer. If you'd like to explore working with me, please check out my testimonials below. Also, if you'd like to take advantage of my very unique year 2025 special personal horoscope forecast, you can buy that now but get the rest of this year free, plus your life roadmap report. This gives you searing insights into the patterns that have played out in your life so far, and how you can work with these energies more astutely future forwards. These are totally unique for each person they're produced for. Please see the link below for more. So Scorpio, on the screen now, I'm sharing your event chart right at the start of the month. And there's Pluto. It's still in Aquarius as we enter September, but later on the 1st, inverts back into Capricorn. The big question to you as an individual is, how did this play out for you from 2008, apart from those 11 weeks through the spring of 23, and how's it been up until January the 21st, 24? Because that gives you some clues. But of course, how we think and express ourselves, we live in an age of a lot of expression, but Pluto's very deep stuff. is there still some more work to be done in terms of understanding how you connect to all that information and those people in terms of how it feels right? Is there something important you have to say? But as this event occurs, we do have Venus in your 12th house. So it's possible that there could be quite a profound conversation around a relationship at the start of this month. Now Mars, your other ruler, is in your 8th house, which can be very much about intimacy and sex, but it is squared off by Neptune. But Mars also links back to Venus, so we have a T-square there. So if you are uncertain about a relationship, I think Mars moving on the 4th into your sister water sign of Cancer could give you the desire, to be honest, to liberate yourself from something that just feels too heavy. And with Pluto having been in your 4th house of emotion, if you have been going through a lot of stuff around a relationship, going back into 3 and Mars moving to 9 could give you the prompt to, at least on a temporary basis, have some kind of liberational space. But if you've yet to book a vacation for this year, Mars moving into your 9th house gives you lots of impulse to do it over the following 8 weeks. But also the 9th house can be about our higher ideal. So if you're drawn towards a course of education or want to learn a foreign language, or perhaps can do some retraining in terms of your work, all of that can be blessed by the energy of Mars in Cancer. Mars in Cancer can be a little bit prickly and defensive. If people don't align to your ideas, one of the things you might have to guard against with Mars going through this area and Pluto going back to 3 is not getting too impatient if people don't quite pick up your point as rapidly as you would like. But the new moon on the 3rd does forge a great link with the path of fortune. Is there someone you can link with that you can collaborate with in a really constructive way? Because if it's a meetup group, a social group, a group of people that you've known for years and are a big part of your life, those connections are really going to be potentially blessed over the following 4 weeks from that new moon. Is there a catch? Well, I think it's just that from the 4th through to the 10th, the Sun does go into an opposition with Saturn. If you're feeling that within this group situation or network that you don't get heard enough as an individual, or your talents don't get manifested as much as you'd like, that could create some frustration. The good news is that Mercury moving back into Virgo on the 9th can help to just oil the wheels. If things have felt very bogged down, particularly in terms of a contract, some kind of agreement, if you've been waiting for news on some kind of insurance payout or a drawdown on another financial product, good news could come from the 9th and particularly from the 11th when Mercury emerges from its post-retrograde shadow. But on the 18th we have that first lunar eclipse in the new series between Virgo and Pisces. The first one is a lunar eclipse in Pisces, very, very close to Neptune. If there is someone that's absolutely, totally captivating you, it could be their mystique that you're drawn to as much as anything else. But don't underestimate the opportunity to manifest your creativity, whether it's through art or photography or film or some other kind of hobby. Neptune in the midst can make you inspired, but it does mean you're going to have the strength to perhaps push back on what other people expect and want from you because of the energy in the 11th house. But if liberty is what you want around any kind of relationship, as the Sun angles to Uranus in week 3, that's a great opportunity to spring yourself out if that feels right. But equally, you could find yourself connecting to someone, even if temporarily, in an extremely exciting way, a way that could really make your pulse race. So if you are on a holiday, it could be a bit of a holiday romance, which captures your imagination. But the 22nd sees the autumnal equinox. In Western tropical astrology, it's predicated on the seasons. So when we get to this point, this ushers in cardinal quadrant 3. Very much, as I said, about balance, but for you, can be a little bit more of a reflective period. But Venus, the planet of love, of relating, of money and self-worth, moves into your sign on the 23rd. If you have been going through some soul searching around relationships, this brings you into the present and you may be able to draw a line in the sand. But because Mercury replaces Venus in Libra on the 26th and we have a Mercury cazimi on the 30th, there may still be some delicate issues that you need to work through. One of the things you can do with Venus moving into your sign is enjoy giving yourself a new look. Venus in your sign is very intense. It feels things deeply, can be a little jealous and possessive, but certainly if you are a free spirit, why not try to recreate your identity in some way, because that's what the first house is about. And Venus can be about fashion, and even if you're someone who feels that you're right on trend, sometimes it's good to do something that's a bit different that makes us stand out, and that's an opportunity to do this. So much of this month is very much about action. You could want to do something more rugged or different or adventurous. You could want to break free of any constraints. There's going to be a lot more thinking about your ideals than there has been. But I think by the end of the month, whatever happens, you could find yourself wanting some personal space, peace and quiet and tranquility. It's been a pleasure being with you, Scorpio. Have a great September. Take care and goodbye.